What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. This is the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,700 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys, without all of your love and support. The shares, the cares makes a huge difference. And while we're well into the summer months, I know a lot of the kids are going back to school next week. And there's some parents that are still trying to figure out some stuff, or maybe you're in the middle of life and you're trying to figure out some stuff. So I've got an amazing, multi-talented person with me today, the wonderful Ben Cockerell. Mr. Benton, AKA, he's got AKAs all over the place, you guys. He's on the IMDb's as well, all right? You can look him up. Hey, Ben.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I am well.
All right.
Definitely try to transition out of sleeping in before I go back to school.
Yes, I know. Just getting all that in. And we're going to talk about how you find balance in life with, being an actor, you're doing a bunch of projects, and you're a school teacher. That's insane. How you find the time, we'll get into that. So Ben, starting things off, where are you representing today? Where are you from?
I am from Grand Prairie, Texas, or AKA Dallas.
Okay. So how's the weather this week?
It's been, good. I mean, hot, but, that's kind of what you expect for July, and a little bit of heat showers here and there, but overall it's not been terrible.
Okay, cool. All right, Ben, so we're going to step back in time a little bit, all right? We're going to go back to where it all began. Where did you find your inspiration to enter the world of acting?
Well, my parents were really great at just getting me involved in, sports, acting, scouts, all of the everything, and just wanted to see what kind of stuck. And when I was 7 years old, I started doing stuff at church, and then I started doing stuff at community theater, and I started playing the piano, and it was just like anything that involved performing and entertaining people. It quickly that was me. And so definitely 7 years old.
Wow. So 7 years old, so we'll fast forward a little bit. When did you really begin to take it serious as a craft?
So I always knew that I was going to be a professional screen actor, but I also knew that I kind of wanted to bypass the waiting tables saga of it. And so about 8th grade, I decided I wanted to be a teacher as well. Okay. And that after a few years of teaching, I would transition into taking an acting class, and I was just kind of planning it all out, and eventually I would just start working on transitioning from a stable career of teaching to doing acting full time, and that's kind of where I'm at now.
Okay, cool. All right, so as you are transitioning, and you're going through school, and you've got this side passion of yours, which is acting, entertainment world, but you're going to college, you're getting your education on and stuff. What was the driving force for you to push forward with acting? Like, how did you find balance?
God was definitely a big thing. I recognize that my gifts are meant to glorify Him. Right. And I knew that He had any opportunity that He gives me, it's just an opportunity for me to be light for Him and to encourage others, whether I'm encouraging people that see my craft, or I'm just encouraging the people that I get to work with, whether it's in a play at DBU or being on the DBU drama team, where we would just minister to different churches and youth groups.
Right. So as time would go on and you're balancing these two worlds, you're a full-time teacher, you're a full-time actor, you're going out on auditions and everything is, seemingly coming together for you. What would you say was the biggest challenge for you to keep afloat?
So, I'm in a nutshell this as quick as I can. I'm a childhood cancer survivor. And growing up, I had just a giant support system from churches praying for me, my family, doctors, nurses. Everybody was just pouring into me. It was just this constant, overwhelming amount of love and affection. And it seems like to young 4 and 5-year-old Ben that when my hair grew back and the cancer went away, so did all this excess love and attention. And I thought I did something wrong. And so when I was 7 and I discovered acting, it was like, ooh, this is how I get the love back. This is how I get the attention back. And so as my craft grew and as my love for acting grew, so did the need to be validated as a human being. And the biggest issue was doing acting for that and not for the love of the craft.
Right.
When I just did it for validation, it was draining.
Right.
When I did it for the craft, it was so satisfying and it didn't matter who saw it.
I love that. Yes, doing it for the craft and not draining. Because in any career path, people talk all the time, oh my gosh, I'm making so much money doing this, I'm doing that, or whatever the case is. And then you ask them, are you happy? Does it bring you joy? And they're like, no, but I've got a ton of money. To me, it's not worth it. That wouldn't be worth it for me. But,
Exactly.
To each his own, Okay, so Ben, for you, what would you say was, what has been the highlight of your career as an actor?
I could say it's the, accolades or when things are going really well. But honestly, I think when I'm at my freest moment where it's just this euphoria of doing it for the craft, you're watching as you and your buddies are just your abilities, whether you're emoting drama, whether you're emoting comedy, you just know that you're doing something that's artistic and it's real and it's raw and it makes people feel things. That will always be more satisfying than any other awards or success.
Yeah.
Anytime I notice that I'm striving for some type of monetary or materialistic success, that's when that's when Ben needs to go back to recognizing who he is in Jesus and stop. That's where you have to remind yourself that you're enough, Yeah. But so I think that the greatest reward would definitely be just when I'm in the zone of the craft.
I love it. Now, Ben, you had a project that you completed maybe right as the pandemic was coming about, and there was so much craziness going on, but now it's actually been doing really well in a couple of film festivals. Tell us about it.
Yes, so I have always heard create your own content, and I created a short film called Chad. It's a romantic comedy about a boyfriend and a girlfriend and the girlfriend's brother who third wheels. And Chad is not an ordinary guy. He's very strange, very weird, and I love getting to play those kinds of characters and kind of put my Jim Carrey energy on things. But yeah, the short film was done really well. We were Best Romantic Comedy for the Indie Short Fest, Best Comedy for Flick Fair, and even got a Remy in World Fest.
All right. That's awesome sauce. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. And I also have to say it was co-directed with the awesome Quentin Howard II. He was a wonderful mentor and helped me with this project.
Yes. Now, last but certainly not least, what advice would you offer to the next generation of aspiring young talent?
I think first and foremost, first and foremost, you need to identify why you are doing it. You will not be happy if you were doing it for validation of your own existence, for fulfillment of thinking that you're enough. The feedback you will get will be up and down. People are going to love you. People are going to hate you. People are going to be indifferent. You need to have a skin that is thick, and I'm learning to thicken my skin.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure that you are doing it for the love of the craft, and not for the fame, not for any sort of positive praise. If you do that, it's going to be a long, long road, and it doesn't need to be.
Right. No, you're right about that. This it's not for the meek. The industry itself, it's not for the meek, and you either you get that thick skin going, and nothing can stop you. So keep going and keep pushing on that. Ben, thank you so much for joining us today. We so appreciate you. Definitely appreciate that. Now, Ben, if people want to follow you on social media, where do they need to go?
Yes, for Instagram, it's Benton, Benton, C, actor. And then Facebook is just Ben Cockerell.
Okay, cool beans. Much more success, Ben, to you and your whole team and all the projects that you have coming up. And best of luck to you next week. I know that it's going to be interesting getting back to school, but I know that you guys are going to do awesome work. So definitely keep me in the loop with everything. I would love to have you back on the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.